But first, the Victorian Government has once again tackled violent crime with all the force of a wet tissue and the uncompromising power of a bin. No, that's not just a pithy rhetorical phrase on my part. They're actually using a bin. Facing a surge in machete attacks, including earlier this month when a man lost his hand after being attacked for his mobile phone, Premier Jacinta Allan has announced her boldest idea yet, a machete amnesty. She boasted today that her government had set up dozens of metal bins where criminals could voluntarily turn their weapons over to police. Picture it as crime fighting by suggestion box. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, come on, James, as if hardened criminals are going to just hand over their machetes. Well, Jacinta Allan is one step ahead of you. Realising that gang members and people involved in violent robberies might be reticent to come forward and give up their machetes, she devised a plan so cunning it would be impossible for any criminals to refuse. She located the bins right out front of police stations, with 24-hour surveillance cameras filming everyone who decides to hand over a blade. What criminal wouldn't love that? But wait, it gets better. The special bins are labelled Machete Amnesty Safe Disposal Bins, which I thought was a nice touch because it's very well known that violent gang members are extremely safety conscious. Imagine how many hurdles of logic and critical thinking you would have to clear in order to arrive at the point where you not only set up Machete Amnesty bins, but you gloat about it on social media. Premier Jacinta Allan posted on her Twitter account, quote, "Machetes destroy lives, so we're taking them off the streets." Well, actually, no, criminals destroy lives. Machetes are inanimate objects. But of course, removing violent offenders from the streets requires more than installing glorified rubbish bins and tweeting about it. Alongside of a photo of one of her Machete Amnesty bins, the Victorian Premier wrote, and I quote, "We're enacting this ban and boosting Victoria Police's powers because community safety always comes first." Well, if safety comes first looks like an amnesty bin, I'd hate to see what safety in Victoria would look like if it wasn't a priority. So, yeah, I'm a little sceptical about this plan working. Others, though, are far more optimistic. One of Victoria's top policemen encouraged parents to go through their teenagers' things and, if they happen to stumble upon a machete, simply toss it into the nearest bin. Assistant Commissioner Brett Curran said this earlier today.
These bins provide an opportunity for families who might be concerned about the things their kids have to get those machetes, knives, bring them down to the centre from the 1st of September and put them in those bins.
Yeah, if parents are concerned about their kids' machetes, they could go grab them. And I suppose if they're concerned about their kids' guns, explosives or collection of stolen cars, they could hand those in as well. Maybe before they sit down as a family for their traditional Sunday roast. I don't know. Premier Jacinta Allan, as you would expect, back to the call.
As a parent, I know kids can be challenging from time to time when they've got something they want to do.
Like running around with a machete. When I think of kids being challenged or challenging, I'm thinking of kids who don't want to eat their veggies or who want to have a sleepover on a school night. And as a parent, you know if your kid is running around Melbourne with a machete, they're not going to pop it into Jacinta Allan's bin because, well, you asked them to. Honestly, you couldn't make this stuff up, except the Victorian Government, they just did.